Little, principal of MZA Laney High School, on behalf of the class of 2026 and the faculty and staff of Laney High School, it is my honor to welcome you to the 2026 commencement exercises. We are grateful that you have joined us this evening to celebrate the accomplishments, perseverance, and success of our graduates. This is a special milestone for our students, their families, our school, community, and we're honored to share it with you. To help preserve the dignity and tradition of this ceremony, we respectfully ask that you remain seated throughout the program unless otherwise directed by our stage personnel. We also ask that you be mindful of the many families gathered here today. Each graduate deserves the opportunity to hear their name announced and enjoy this moment of recognition. We kindly request that you refrain from excessive celebrations during the name calling so that families can experience this important occasion. For those recording the ceremony, please ensure all your personal photography and video equipment remains in your designated seating area. For the convenience of our graduates, families, and friends, tonight's commencement ceremony is being live streamed and will be available for future viewing on the Laney High School YouTube channel. Thank you again for joining us and being part of this memorable celebration. We are proud of the accomplishments of these graduates and excited for the bright future that lies ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the MZA Laney High School Class of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the processional of MZA Laney High School graduating class, the class of 2026, and remain standing following the processional. Please remain. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Laney Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard under the direction of Colonel Amy Russo, U.S. Air Force retired, and for the national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. Please join me in welcoming our SGA President, Lily Jones, to the podium to give the Class of 2026 Senior Spotlight.
Mr. Little. Good evening, friends, families, esteemed faculty and staff, those viewing from home, and most importantly, the Laney High School graduating class of 2026. My name is Lily Jones, and I'm the student body president for the 2025-2026 school year, and I'm so honored to be speaking before you all today. On behalf of the student body, we'd like to thank our teachers, mentors, and friends for the support and love they've given us over these past 4 years here at Laney. It feels so surreal to be up here today as your class president for the past 4 years, but as those years went on, I realized how quickly they really did. Something we have all probably heard when we were little from our families was stop growing up. We probably used to laugh at that because the truth is we are growing up. There's no stopping it. We're graduating, we're moving on, and we're stepping into new chapters of our lives. But just now, I finally understand what they really meant. It wasn't about staying a kid forever. It was about not losing the parts of ourselves that made life meaningful. The way we cared so deeply about the connections we had with our friends, our families, and the people around us. The way we lived without constantly worrying about what people thought of us or worrying about what came next. The way we could turn ordinary moments into important memories. The famous Ferris Bueller once said, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it." Life isn't something you should just speed through while chasing the next big thing. It's happening right now, in the people we're with, the conversations we have, and the memories we make without even realizing it. Obviously, we're gonna remember our big milestones of high school, like walking out of the DMV with our driver's license in hand, performing for the first time as a lead role, seeing your name on the roster after a hard week of tryouts, our first homecoming dance, last prom, and now even sitting here today. Reflecting back on those big moments, I have grown to realize that the small moments are actually the big ones. Like the nights we got ready for games instead of studying for the test we knew we had the next morning, the times we sat in our car with our friends before school for no reason at all, just not ready to go inside, the random inside jokes in the back of the classroom, the moments sitting on the floor of the locker room, backstage, or on the bus just talking about life. Or even the time it felt like our life was flashing before our eyes while running from someone during senior assessment. At the time, none of those moments felt like milestones. But now, I think they're the ones we're gonna miss the most. And it makes sense why they matter. It's because they were real. They're the ones we're gonna talk about years from now when reminiscing on our high school days. Because high school wasn't always just the grades, the tests, or the college applications. It was about the people, the energy, and the little in-between moments that made all the difference. Jim Valvano, who was the former head men's basketball coach from NC State from 1990 to 1980, once said, "There are 86,400 seconds in a day. It's up to you to decide what you do with them." So decide to be grateful, decide to cherish every moment, and decide to make life meaningful. To the class of 2026, as we walk across the stage tonight and step into a new chapter, I hope you remember that life isn't measured with only the big moments. Before I close, I'd like to thank the people that are the reason I have the privilege of being up here today. I saved these till the end, because hopefully they're still listening, and because I might cry. But a huge shout out to Miss Miller and Miss Sturkin, who are my student government advisors throughout my years here at Laney. I wouldn't have the voice or the confidence I do now without their constant support, and I will forever be grateful for everything they've done for me. Thank you to my moms, Kristen and Heather, who never sugarcoated the truth and always told me exactly what I needed to hear, even if I didn't want to hear it. And I will forever be grateful for the endless support and sacrifices you have shown me throughout my life. Thank you to my dad. He made sure I had everything I needed to make sure I was happy, supported, and cared for in every way possible. He's the kind of person who can make you smile no matter what kind of day you're having. My life wouldn't be complete without you. Congratulations to the class of 2026. I can't wait to see where life takes everyone. Thank you. Please join me in welcoming Samuel McQueen, the class of 2026 valedictorian, to address the future of the class of 2026.
Thank you, Lily. Good evening, everyone. When I started high school, I didn't know which path I was going to take. I didn't have some clear vision of becoming this class's valedictorian. All I knew was that I wanted to be the best version of myself through these years, and that gave me this opportunity to speak to you all tonight, which I am certainly grateful for. When I started thinking about what I wanted to say, I kept coming back to one idea. Your story is not written yet. Now, this isn't just true for the graduates here today. In fact, if you're sitting here breathing right now, there's still more to your story. A while back, I was listening to a podcast when I heard a story about a man running through a graveyard. As he looked at the headstones, he started thinking about the people buried there, not about how they died, but about how they lived. He wondered how many of those people had goals they never chased. How many were capable of more than they ever discovered? How many of them were upset with the way they lived their life? What stuck with me is that every person in that graveyard had one thing in common. Their story was finished, but ours is not. And I think that's crucial to remember tonight. Graduation has a way of making people look backward. We spent a lot of time talking about the last 4 years, trying to decide exactly what they meant. Some people loved high school, and some people could not wait for this night to come. There were things that went our way, and there were things that crashed and burned. There were times that every one of us has felt lost, excluded, and overwhelmed. But one thing I've learned is that people put too much importance on these 4 years. They act like whatever happens in high school is going to determine what they become in the rest of their life. Maybe you felt like you never truly fit in. Maybe you didn't win that state championship. Maybe you're sitting here tonight feeling like high school did not turn out the way you hoped. But you have to understand this. This is not the peak of our lives. It's barely the beginning. The truth is, most people never find out what they're truly capable of. Not because they aren't smart enough or talented enough, it's because they stop pushing themselves. They get too comfortable. They settle into routines, make excuses for why they can't do something, and before they know it, years have passed them by. I believe regret is a lot scarier than failure. At least when you fail, you know you've tried. What's scary is looking back one day and wondering what would have happened if you'd pushed harder, taken more chances, or expected more from yourself. None of us know exactly where we'll be 10 years from now, but we all get to decide what kind of effort we're willing to give between now and then. That's the part that's up to us. Anything that happened before this very second can never be changed, so dwelling on it will only keep you trapped. As we move on from high school, I hope everyone here pursues greatness in some form, but achievements mean nothing without people to share them with. So before I finish, I want to thank a few people. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for guiding me through high school. He has a plan for me, and He has a plan for everyone here. Next, my parents and my sister. Thank you for everything you've done for me and for always being my #1 fans. And Coach Andre Adams, thank you for showing me my potential, not only in wrestling, but in life. And to my friends in the crowd, y'all have made a bigger impact on me than you could probably ever realize. Now, I'll leave you with this. Your story isn't written yet, but one day it will be. But that day is not today. You still have the opportunity to make the most of your time on this earth and become something extraordinary. So make your story one worth telling. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you. Now join me in welcoming Mr. Danny Little, principal of Laney High School, to address the class of 2026.
Two really great student speeches to follow. Thank you, thank you. Great job, Lily. Great job. Oh, I know. Also, tonight, as we celebrate these 525 graduates, yes, 525. I'm so thankful that so many parents, families, friends, and staff members can be here tonight to celebrate this great milestone because you supported them along the way. Graduation is often viewed as an ending, but again, it is not, as you've already heard. It is only the beginning, but it's also a moment for you to reflect on where you've been while contemplating what's next for you. Before we celebrate our graduates, I also want to take a minute to thank our incredible faculty and staff of Laney High School. This group of educators have done far more than teach lessons and grade assignments. They have mentored, encouraged, challenged, and supported our students through moments of success and moments of struggle. They have helped shape not only how graduates are, what graduates know, but who they are becoming. Audience, please join me in thanking the faculty and staff for their dedication and service. I would also like to thank the parents and guardians and family members who have gathered here tonight. Your support is the foundation beneath every accomplishment that we celebrate. You were there for the early mornings, the late nights, the victories, and the setbacks. Thank you for your unwavering commitment and support of these graduates. Class of 2026, tonight is about much more than diplomas, scholarships, awards, and accolades. It's about the journey that brought you here. When you first arrived at Laney, you jumped right in and helped rebuild traditions, routines, redefine what it means to be part of a school community. Together, you helped rebuild that sense of connection that future classes will carry forward. But as Lily reminded us, when we look back on high school, it is not often the biggest moments that stay with us the longest. Yes, you'll remember the milestones that you experienced, like getting your driver's license, the dances, being part of the student section at football games, the performances, the award ceremonies, and graduation tonight. But years from now, many of the memories that mean the most might be the small conversations that you shared with friends in the hallways, the laughter before class, the bus rides, the inside jokes that you always had, and the countless moments that just were there. Those are the moments that remind us that life isn't measured only by milestones. It is measured by the people we share it with and the memories we create along the way. This year's yearbook, Tied Together, captures that truth perfectly. It tells the story of a class that learned, competed, served, laughed, persevered, and grew together. It reminds us that while achievement matters, relationships and experiences behind those achievements matter just as much. For some of you, these 4 years exceeded every expectation. For others, they may have not unfolded the way you imagined. Some of you found success quickly, while others faced challenges that tested your resilience. Some of you discovered exactly who you wanted to become, and some of you are still figuring it out. But that is okay. Because the opportunities that lie ahead of you are far greater than the accomplishments behind you. The diploma you received tonight is proof that you have arrived and proof that you are ready for what comes next. As a senior class, your accomplishments are very impressive. You've received more than $2.3 million in scholarships. We have 125 NC scholars, acceptances to more than 60 colleges and universities. 5 of you are graduating with CNA credentials, entering the healthcare careers. 3 of you have already graduated with associate degrees. 9 graduates are entering military service. We have 66 summa cum laude graduates, 35 magna cum laude graduates, and 60 cum laude graduates. This year, we also had our first Laney Women's State Wrestling State Champions. These incredible accomplishments deserve recognition, as they are true indicators that you are more than ready for the much larger journey that lies ahead of you. However, what matters most is what you do next. You will suddenly realize that you have more ownership of the choices that lie ahead of you. Will you continue learning when no one is assigning the work? Will you pursue the goals that challenge you? Will you take risks when success is uncertain? Will you choose comfort over growth? Will you make a difference, choose to make a difference in the lives of others? Those are just a few of the questions that will shape the next chapters of your lives. Class of 2026, you have already shown us what is possible when people come together with purpose, determination, and heart. You have demonstrated resilience, leadership, and highlighted the importance of community. As you leave Laney, I encourage you to hold on to the messages you've heard here tonight. Take time to appreciate the moments that make life meaningful. Don't become so focused on the next destination that you miss the people and experiences right in front of you. And last but not least, don't ever, never allow your past successes or disappointments limit your future. You have set high standards for others to follow here at Laney High School. One day, people may look back and talk about your accomplishments, but I also hope they talk about your character, your kindness, your courage, and the impact that you've made on others. Class of 2026, thank you for your leadership, your spirit, and the impact you have had on our school community. On behalf of the entire Laney Buccaneer family, congratulations. It is always a great year to be a Buccaneer. Congratulations, class of 2026. MZA Laney High School graduates, class of 2026, parents and guests, it is my honor as principal to attest to the fact that the EA Laney High School class of 2026 has met all requirements set forth by the state of North Carolina and the New Hanover County Board of Education, and are therefore eligible to receive their diplomas. Mr. Pete Wildeboer, Chairman of the New Hanover County Board of Education, I proudly present to you the MZA Laney High School class of 2026, who await your direction.
Thank you, Principal Little and the faculty and staff of EA Laney High School. I am Pete Wildeboer, Chairman of the New Hanover County Board of Education. As a former New Hanover County Schools educator, I am thrilled, honored, and humbled to stand before you. I want to take a moment to thank all the parents and families for all they have done and will do in the future to help and support these, our wonderful graduates. I also want to join the graduates to thank the faculty and administration of Laney High School for their exceptional education they have received and have been a part of at Laney High School. Looking at all of you today in your caps and gowns, I feel an overwhelming sense of pride. For years, we as a board have debated over budgets, test scores, and any other important and sometimes not so important topics, but always with you, our students, in mind. But today, we are united in one single truth. You made it, which means you will no longer have to worry about how to get into the maze we call the Laney parking lot, on time and ready to go. So, parents, a massive round of applause to you as well. You have survived officially the endless fundraisers, the early morning drop-offs, and sheer expense of everything. But I'm sure you will miss all the texts, emails, and calls, and other forms of communication you receive daily from the school, unless, of course, you have another child in the system. As the board chair, I am required to stand here and give you some profound, life-changing wisdom before you leave. Please understand, you will face obstacles. You may make mistakes, but remember, failure isn't the end of the world. It's an opportunity to learn, and I encourage you to learn and grow each and every day. Class of 2026, you have proven you can adapt to anything. You are smart, you are resilient, and more importantly, you possess the life skills required to accomplish anything. The sky is truly the limit for you. Go out there, change the world, make your parents proud, and make us proud, as I'm sure you will. And always remember, you have a home at Laney High School and New Hanover County. Congratulations, graduates. And now for the really important part. By the power and authority granted to me by New Hanover County and the state of North Carolina, I hereby accept and certify the 2026 graduating high school class of Laney High School. Mr. Little, please prepare the class of 2026 to receive their diplomas.
But now, the time is now upon us for the class of 2026 to receive their diplomas. I ask all persons assisting to take their places. Junior marshals, thank you for preparing the graduates. I'd also like to take a minute to introduce the people assisting on stage. Mr. Jack Pullis is up in the stand celebrating with family. Thank you, Jack. Ms. Donna Thomas, Mr. Jake Valentino, Ms. Erica Wiedemeyer, assistant principals. Graduates will receive certain distinctions with their diplomas. Please refer to the program for the academic honor and recognition ledger. The honor of receiving the first diploma goes to the valedictorian, followed by the salutatorian and the top 10 graduates. They will also be recognized with the top 10 medal. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we ask your cooperation as each name is read. Polite applause is welcome, but please allow for the next name to be read and heard by the audience.
Samuel Fisher McQueen. Neha Ve Dre Vu. Meadow Lynn Bollier. Gavin Brian Clark. Natalie Kaylin Dickerson. Sarah Marie Futch. Annalise Marie Gardner. Evan McCoy Harris. You look wonderful. Connor Augusta Lennon. Emily Marie Venditti.
Connor Matai Evans. Kenyetta Renee Briley. Jonathan Belse Hernandez Velasquez. Jackson John Tomanak.
Liliana Ashe. Taylor Ann Akul. Ali Fahmi Alahari. Kwame Jihad Allen. Layla Bethany Allen. Lucy Jean Allen. Stephanie Nayli Alvarado. Hari Yarexa Alvarega. Kayla Nicole Anderson. Kelsey Nicole Anderson. David Antonio Santiago. Jackson Paul Armstrong. Catherine Lynn Austin. Lauren Ashley Austin. Jared Alicia Bailey. Riley Reagan Balland. Jace Aiden Ballard. Jeremy Caleb Bandegas Mondragon. Gavin Barber. Leslie Jewel Barden. Esperanza Isabel Barrios Aguilera. William James Barrow. D. Nige Marie Baskerville. Benjamin Miller Bastable. Caitlin Rose Batchelor. Keegan Turner Batten. Jason Kiopalani Daisha Beamer. Lorelei Marie Becker. Kaylin Elise Bell. Sharisa Freddie Tasia Bell. Ahmad Joel Bellamy. Jalia Diana Bellamy. Taylor Corinne Bellamy. Patricia Rocio Ben Azar Navas. Blake Everett Benjamin. Sorry. Joshua Tyler Benton. Jack Allen Blackman. Zariah Gabriel Blanton. Carter Ray Bonacave.
Andrew William Booth. Charles James Borelli. Taylor Grace Boughton. Isabel Riley Bauman. Eleanor Beck Boyette. Israel David Brantley. Rachel Isabella Brantley. Marley Clara Brisson. Jocelyn Simone Brown. Nevaeh Chanel Brown. Riley Ashton Brum. Tanner David Bruno Little. Jayshawn Kyrie Bryant. Emma Elizabeth Buffalini. Damian Armand Bullock Jr. Emily Elizabeth Bunn. Ronan James Burge. Charlotte Elizabeth Burton. Anthony James Buzzio. Elijah Devon Cabeceras. Olivia Helen Cadigan Rishani. Mary Hayden Kane. Julia Elise Campbell. Michaela Tiara Canty. Judah Daniel Capps. Francesca Brosnan Carilli. And that's why I don't know. Alexandra May Kate. Ilion. Victor Ilion Ceballero. Kiana Rose Sepeda. Joshua Rodolfo Serran Villagas. Jennifer Chavarria Romero. Alex Fernando Chavez Sanchez. Solomon Poe Christopher. Lyric Lion Anthony Cifarelli. Leslie Daniela Cifuentes Diaz. Dominic James Savelli. Alexis Shanette Clark. Oh, that. Saray Miracle Clark.
Collier Augustus Clemens. Kaylee Nicole Cliff. Carly Olivia Cliff. Caroline Elizabeth Cousins. Sophia Ruth Collins. Miley Grace Coughlin. Kellen Cruz Cook. Ravion Shatif Cook. Dylan Christopher Cooper. Isabella Catherine Corbett. Liv Ellen Constantino. Stephen Frederick Crawford. Davis Christopher Kroom. Jacob Alexander Cruz. What's his name? I said it once, I said it twice. Scarlett Montserrat Cruz Pena. Cadence Anjuri Corinne. Macy Lee Dahmer. Nathan Parker Daniel Jr. Isabel Marie Borders Davis. Zabia Naima Davis. Dylan McKenzie Day. Jessica Ashley DeLauder. Elena Elizabeth Demira. Lauren Diaz. Scarlett Ava Diaz. Yamlet Diaz Vasquez. Addison Jean Dick. Ellen Elizabeth Dickinson. Olivia Paisley Dill. Walker Phoenix Dillon. Joquin Austin Dingle. Layla Evelyn Dixon. Lila Ann Dorscheid. Miguel Duarte Bastos. Veda Rose Duke.
Andreas Kair Dunn. Jaquel Alana Elijah. Layla Ann Enright. Luis Durrell Escobales Batista. Jordan Ali Escafri. Zion Tremil Everett Dow. Ndongo Fall. Cambria Carmen Fernandez. Elsie Madalini Fernandez Suazo. Maya Simone Figs. Carmen Alexis Fisher. Joanna Flores Rojas. Karan Sutton. Trenton Cole Fowler. Are you Bradley? Liam Angus Francis. Braylon Lene Freeman. Lucas Felipe Friant. Harrison Tamid Frith. Gavin Harrison Fritz. Elizabeth Irene Fuller. Jaylyn Amari Leroy Gaines. Laura Catherine Gale. Ryan Joseph Gallagher. Lily Madison Gamble.
Cami Rain Garay. Hector Elier Garcia. Joshua Emmanuel Garcia. Lorenzo Garcia. Annalise Marie Garner. Ella. I am so sorry. Ella Kathleen Garner. Kevin Garnica Cortez. Laciana Roxanne Gaudiano. Lois Cecilia Geist. Dylan Tyler George. Isaiah Leon George. Benjamin Henry Garak. Thomas George Gillespie. Kaya Rain Gilliam. Robert Harry Godwin. Chris Daniel Gonzalez Castanon. Brian Gonzalez Perez. Kristen Rose Goodman. Kendrick Evan Gore. Owen Zachary Gore. I messed it up. Corrigan Alicia Gower. Sharita Amon Grady Smith. Elijah Colton Graff. Zachary Dylan Granger. Anthony Greco. Khalif J. Green. Mackenzie Deanna Green. Treasure Unique Rivenbark. Aubrey Mills. Preston James Hall. Tanner Jackson Hamilton. Kwame Tyon Hansley. Janet Catherine Harden. Kendall Elise Harrell. Jackson Tate Harris. Justice Harvey. Jameer Keon Harvin. Ollie Hawks. Samuel Wyatt Henderson. Amaya Joy Henry. Jalea Renee Henry. Scarlett Yolana Heredia Alvarado. Emerson Hernandez Aguirre. Yaritza April Hernandez Diaz. Marie Melanie Hernandez Farias. Jonathan Hernandez Vasquez. Aiden Ray Herring. Savannah Ray Herman. Kiara Jewel Hewitt. Jasmine Marie Hicks. Savannah Elliott Higgs. Aubrey Brooklyn Hill. George Donovan Lewis Hill. Alexandria Constance Hilagas. Kashar Zion Hill. Hani Fadil Hizam.
Kenjay Niall Treyon Hippolyte. Ayan Nok Huang. Andreas Michael Hobbs. Parker Joe Hoey. Haven Gray Hoffman. Ashlyn Reed Holland. Rachel Aaron Holly. Brianna Elise Holloway. Dylan Nicholas Hondros. Waverly Drew Hondros. McKinley Jade Harrell. William Edward House. Yisan Evelyn Wang. Christian Xavier Hudson. Cesar Irizarry III. Austin William Irvine. Aaron Joseph Irving. Elijah Nashawn Jacobs.
Mac Jagutis. David Matthew Jenkins. Emily Kate Jewell. Yuridia Lisbeth Jimenez Garcia. Diego Rigoberto Jimenez Martinez. Indiana Nabil G. Aviana Naomi Johnson. Braylee Lynn Johnson. Cherish Imani Lene Johnson. Lily Emerson Jones. Mason Landon Jones. Catherine Jane Joy. Cameron Jamari Judge. Reed Joseph Kaiser. Carson Mariah Kane. Luke Edward Carrolls. Jessup Fisher Katz. Rashawn Keith Jr. Jonathan Michael King. Mia Grace Kaiser. Maritz Clem. Holt Thomas Kajaki. Amelia Tudabella Koch. Mac Andrew Kopelman. Alexander Brian Krebs. Ella Evan Colberg. Matthew Aaron Kunak. Nathan Connor Lanum. Colin Thomas Lamb. Sakaya Nevea Lamp. Evan Chandler Lang. Holly Elizabeth Lanier. Reagan Lane Larkins. Tiana Lachey Larkin. Sullivan Reese Lastinger. Tatum Augusta Latshaw. Nicholas Smith Labaroni. Where is that his name? Nicholas Smith Labaroni. Oh, Chase Allen Lee. Tyleek Leggett. Totally missed that. Caden Jasper Lemons. Cameron Ann Lennon. Mahari Michael Letsom. Jeffrey Kane Lewis. Amanique Deshay Lewis Freeman. Amari Sizwan Lumbegi. Amaya Celeste Labenji. Sarah Naleli Lima Duran. Sienna Lorraine London. Dakota Hayden Long. Mason Christian Long. Melanie Supaya Lopez Guerra. Josiah Rodolfo Cornelius Lopez. Mia Fiorilla Lozada Hiliago. Caitlin Riley Lacerera. Jose Alfredo Maxculite Hernandez. Caleb Thornton Maddox. Juan Isaiah Van Madison. Talon Nicholas Meyer. Nicholas Ryan Malone. Darby Rain Mallet. Drake Allen Malpass. Kayla Marie Malpass. Azaria Nashua Maralo. Roland Terrell Marks, Jr. Aaron Marquez Perez. Santiago Marquez Salazar. Ariana Christia Marshall. Jeffrey Paul Masnick. Briley Hayes Matthews. Louis Eugene Mattingly III. Israel Cush Sean May. Braden Scott Mazzola.
Zaya Latisse McCant. Miles Alexander McClaskey. Sarah Elizabeth McCoy. Andriana Nyasia McInnes Barr. Alana Nicole McIntyre. Darrell Lee McIntyre. Keziah Dominique McCoy. Hayden Rose McLaughlin. Zoe Vanessa Janae McMillan. Jacob Patterson McPherson. Joseph Kirk McPherson. You don't have okay, fine. Max James David McPherson. Diana Ineses Melendez. Luis Fernando Mendoza. Ledeni Eloisa Mendoza Valley. Ella Woods Meyer. Sarah Sue Millage. Alana Antoinette Miller. Christian James Miller. Cole Orlando Miller. Hadley Brooks Miller. Taylor Marie Miller. Isabella Rose Malone. Brenya Jane Mitchell. Braden Valentino Marino Palos. Olivia Pamela Morkater. Skylar Kana Monixe. Maddox Joseph Mullen. Diedrich Tyleek Murphy. John Anthony Murray. Alana Jade Morrell. Jeremy Kamani Machuri. Kinsley Grace Nagel. Mason Jeffrey Nance. Kingston Grant Neal. Maya Elizabeth Negri. Kyla Sabrina Nelson. Stella Corinne Nelson. Jessica Ann Namaragat. Jonathan David Namaragat. Haley Grace Nickel. James Cash Nix. Noah Monroe Nix. Jackson David Noon. Rylan Patrick Norris. Brianna Maxine Northern.
Christian Joseph O'Leary. Arlie Ann Oberholzer. Noah Andrew Oborn. Jabir Nusir O'Day. Matthew Nolan Olson. Jesus. Judith Ortiz Jimez. Charles Jackson Osgood. Christian Gael Ozuna Sandoval. Jonathan Alexander Pape. Kayla Marie Parker. Gavin Daniel Pasquale. Luis Alberto Pereza Vigil. Olivia Tiffany Perez. Ashley Perez Miguel. Jaquel Antonio Jamone Peterson. Kai Bella Phillips Oshata. Dixon Anthony Pinkham. Sophie Marie Poirier. Andy Dennis Pajoy Perez. Zacharias Malcolm Poulos. Christian Lewis Pridgeon. Trista Lee Prince. Carolyn Christine Ramage. Davina Ramirez Hernandez. Carson Matthew Ruin. Kawan Durrell Devon Red. Charles Harrison Casey Redmond. Tamiracle Diamond Revy. Keenan Mar Reed. Bodie Jude Ryder. Tatiana Michelle Reyes. Madison Nicole Rhodes. Kieran Edwin Richards. Andy Jr. Richey. Ella Jean Riggs. Isabella Rivera. Eric Rivers. Juliana Grace Rizzo. Owen Grant Roberson. Jamarian Anthony Robinson Sneed. Benjamin Jacob Rodriguez. Jeffrey Emmanuel Rodriguez Peraza. Juliet Ann Romer.
Elias Giselle Rowland. Jeremiah Matthew Romano. Haley Sierra Rosen. Christian Samuel Royal. Giovanna Rueda Cadenas. Teresa Janelle Rummel. Aaron Daniel Russ. Daisy Jane Sikowski. Layla Ashley Saladin. Luka Samaklava. Isaiah Giselle Samuel. Tyler David Samuels. Montserrat Sanchez Santiago. Taylor Marie Sandlin. Jocelyn Santiago Sanchez. Jovadriel Jahir Santos Maldonado. Aubrey Dalen Scales. Liam Ryan Schumacher. Logan Greg Schumacher. Clara Elizabeth Scott. Lillian Abella Scott. Jensen Rose Sheasley. Noah Duke Shelton. Malachi Ricardo Shepard. Nora Ann Shareda. Lucas Kendall Shields. Kendall Faith Simmons. Sydney Alicia Simmons. Frederick Evan Scoble. Avery Elizabeth Smith. Avery Carson Smith. Kenneth Jesse Smith. Keon Dion Smith.
Samaria Monet Smith. Samuel Cole Smith. Hayden Carolina Snook. Alexia Zoe Snyder. Michaelin Delfina Solano. Jacob Ryan Souls. Shemaiah Odessa Spicer. Sproul, right? Jason Connor Sproul. Jacqueline Claire Stallo. Aubrey Ann Steps. Isabella Noel Stevens. Kevin Montrell Stevens. Shelby Temperance Pate Strauss. Haley Grace Street. Tanner Dawson Striffler. Kaylee Olivia Sullivan. River James Saab. Caden Edward Swain. Just one moment. Carson Everett Swain. Sydney Elizabeth Tulip. William Bryson Tafe. Elizabeth Talavera Laura. Grace Elizabeth Tantalia. Jatasia Lillian Timoni. Eli Jonah Thomas.
We'll go there. Sean Patrick Thomas. Lila Rose Thompson. Elizabeth Ann Juliette Thompson. Henry William Tidy. Armani Zakai Tilley. Everett Allen Tisdale. Nicholas Daniel Tucci. Jalea Elaine Tolliver. Justin LeVar Tolliver. Jack Andrew Travaglia. Emily Noel Tripp. Tiana Nicole Trotter. Jordan Nicholas Tunn. Kenya Francesca Yemenzer. Omni Amari Underwood. Abigail Paula Sofia Vargas Torres. Jack Andrew Varner. Gavin Veazey. Gabrielle Vega Ramos. Axel Samuel Vega Morales. Grizel. Casey Grizel Velazquez Molina. Griffin Noah Vigliano.
You skipped somebody.
Oh, I skipped somebody. Where is he?
You didn't hand you his card?
Did you not hand me your card? I'm sorry. Jace Wesley Versal. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I was waiting for him.
Oh. Griffin Noah Vigliano. Stella Elizabeth Villari. Max Milano Villasenor. Brody Lucian Vince. Finn Wu Vorel. Ellen Bentley Walkert. Mariah Faith Walden. Jack Dennis Walker. Michaela Liana Walker. Gabriella Rose Wall. Skylar Trinity Wallen. Deshawn Lorraine Wallington Payne. Harley Rain Walls. Amir Jazad Washington. Haley Nicole Watkins. Akaya Leilani Watson. Justice Yashir Weathers. Gavin Lyle Webb. Isabella Brooke Webb. Garrett Edward Wells. Next. Did she hand you her name? Okay.
Elena Bree White. Aiden Patrick White. Keeson White. Maurice Cortez White, Jr. Zane Starr Whitted. Lily Avery Whittington. Alexis Lynn Williams. Ellis Alfonso Williams. Jamir Marquis Williams. Tia Mack Williams. Shatia Monet Williamson. Amelia Ann Wilson. Hayden Diane Wilson. Hollis Charles Werson. Isabella Faye Witt. Ayana Kahande Marie Womack. Noah Aiden Woods. No, you're good. Edie Maraid Zeldin. And Leslie Emily Zunin Cuevas. Congratulations, the class of 2026.
Laney High School Buccaneers, class of 2026, please stand. Graduates, each of you have earned something that no one can take from you, a high school diploma. Graduates, you have the right to be proud of this great accomplishment. I know I speak for many in telling you how proud we are of each and every one of you tonight. Graduates, it's a distinct honor and privilege to conduct the switching of tassels, signifying the completion of graduation exercises. It brings me great pride to invite you to switch your tassels at this time. Graduates, I leave you with these final words. You will always represent Laney High School as part of its legacy as the graduating class of 2026. It was a great year to be. Congratulations, Laney High School, class of 2026. For our recessional, I ask the cooperation of all guests. When the music starts, please stand to honor our graduates and remain in place until all the graduates have left the seating area. Once again, congratulations, Laney High School, class of 2026.